Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is pause, not quit. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to start over, not because you failed, but because you outgrew who you used to be? I've been there, we all have, moments when everything feels overwhelming, blurry, heavy. Life has this uncanny ability to knock us down just when we think we're getting ahead. But here's the truth, you're not stuck. You're just being redirected, and that's when you must reset, restart, refocus. Life has a way of becoming noisy, so noisy that it drowns out our own voice. Between expectations, deadlines, comparisons, and the fear of failure, our thoughts often spiral into negativity. And before we realize it, we start believing stories that aren't even ours. I'm not good enough. It's too late. I always mess up. But the truth is, those aren't facts, they're thoughts, and thoughts can be changed. Changing your mindset doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is fine. It means becoming conscious of the patterns that control you. It's about interrupting the loop of self-doubt and consciously choosing a different narrative. Instead of asking why me, you start asking what's this teaching me? You shift from reacting to responding, from fear to curiosity. One of the most powerful things you can do is take a pause to breathe, reflect, and become aware of your internal dialogue. That pause is the first spark of transformation. From there, you can begin to reframe your challenges, recognizing them not as roadblocks, but as redirections. It's easy to carry yesterday's pain into today, but you have the right and the power to rewrite your inner script. Growth doesn't begin with action. It begins with belief, and belief begins in the mind. When you train yourself to think better, you live better. Resetting your mindset is not a one-time decision, it's a daily practice, a decision to choose clarity over confusion, self-love over self-judgment, and courage over comfort. Every day is a new chance to shift your perspective, to look at life through a lens of possibility. Because the way you think determines the way you live, and once your mindset shifts, everything else begins to follow. There comes a time in everyone's life when continuing on the same path just doesn't feel right anymore. You may have checked all the boxes, done everything you were supposed to do, yet still feel disconnected. That's not failure. That's your inner compass nudging you toward alignment. It's an invitation to begin again, not from scratch, but from experience. Starting over isn't a sign of weakness. It's a conscious choice to realign your life with who you're becoming, not who you were. Every setback, heartbreak, or detour carries a lesson. And when you choose to begin again with those lessons in hand, you move forward with intention, not impulse. This is your opportunity to ask yourself the deeper questions. What truly matters to me? What kind of life do I want to create? What makes me feel alive? When you answer with honesty, you strip away expectations and rediscover your own voice. That voice, the one buried under noise and fear, is your guide toward meaningful change. Restarting with clarity allows you to build a foundation rooted in authenticity. It's no longer about pleasing others or chasing empty validation. It's about creating a life that feels right on the inside, even if it looks unfamiliar on the outside. And yes, it may be scary, but it's also liberating. Because when you start again with purpose, you're not running away. You're moving towards something deeper, something real. You're not the same person you once were. You've grown, evolved, and learned. That growth deserves a fresh beginning. So give yourself the grace to restart. Not because everything is broken, but because you're finally choosing to build something better. This time with meaning, this time for you asterisk. In a world that constantly demands your attention, it's easy to feel pulled in 1,000 directions. Notifications, expectations, comparisons. Every moment seems to ask for a piece of you. Over time, your energy becomes scattered. You find yourself busy but not productive, present but not fulfilled. That's when it's time to stop and ask, where is my energy going, and is it taking me where I want to be? We often assume that doing more means achieving more, but the real transformation happens when you stop spreading yourself thin and start investing in what truly matters. Energy is not infinite, it's precious. And how you direct it shapes the quality of your life. Think of your focus as a spotlight. Wherever you shine it, that area begins to grow. So if you constantly pour your energy into fear, doubt, or pleasing others, those things will expand. But when you intentionally choose to pour your energy into growth, creativity, health, love, and purpose, your life begins to transform in powerful ways. This requires conscious choices. saying no to distractions, walking away from people and places that drain you, reclaiming your mental space and protecting your peace. It's not selfish, it's self-respect. Refocusing doesn't mean abandoning your responsibilities. It means approaching them with clarity and alignment. You begin to distinguish between what is urgent and what is important. You stop reacting and you start choosing. When your energy is aligned with your values, everything changes. You become more centered, more powerful, and more fulfilled. You realize that peace isn't found in the absence of chaos, it's found in your ability to stay focused despite it. You only have so much energy each day. Use it with intention, because what you water grows. Failure is one of life's most misunderstood experiences. From a young age, we're taught to avoid it, fear it, even be ashamed of it. But the truth is, failure isn't the opposite of success, it's a vital part of it. Every mistake, rejection, or misstep holds a lesson if you're willing to pay attention. When something doesn't go as planned, it stings. The disappointment is real, but within that pain lies feedback, valuable insight about what works, what doesn't, and who you are becoming through the process. Failure has a way of stripping away ego and exposing what truly matters. It forces you to examine your intentions, refine your approach, and grow stronger. The people we admire most, artists, entrepreneurs, leaders, aren't those who never failed. They are the ones who failed forward. They didn't stop when they fell. They learned how to fall better, get up quicker, and move smarter. You don't gain wisdom by always winning. You gain it through setbacks that teach resilience, humility, and patience. Failure reminds you that you're human, that trying, even imperfectly, is braver than never trying at all. What if, instead of asking what went wrong, you asked, what did I learn? That shift changes everything. It turns regret into reflection and defeat into direction. You are not your failures, you are what you do after them. The way you respond, adapt, and evolve is what defines your journey. The greatest growth often comes from the hardest falls, because those are the moments that shape your character and sharpen your focus. So the next time you stumble, don't retreat, lean in, listen, learn. Because failure isn't here to break you, it's here to build you. There is something incredibly powerful about realizing you are not bound by who you used to be. Life doesn't come with a rule book that says you must stay the same. You are allowed to evolve, you are allowed to change directions, you are allowed to become someone entirely new. Reinvention isn't running away from your past, it's choosing to grow beyond it. Often, we hold ourselves back because we fear what others might say. You've changed, they'll whisper, and the truth is, yes, you have. That's the point. Growth requires change. Reinvention is not about pretending to be someone else. It's about finally becoming who you were always meant to be. Every chapter in your life has shaped you, but it doesn't have to define you. The job you once hated, the relationship that broke you, the version of you that settled, all of it served a purpose, but you don't have to carry it forward. Reinvention means giving yourself permission to dream again, to take risks, to rewrite the story in your own words. It's never too late to pursue a new path, learn a new skill, or start a new journey. You don't need approval, you just need the courage to listen to that quiet voice inside you that's been waiting to be heard. Who you were yesterday doesn't limit who you can be tomorrow. The past is your foundation, not your prison. Reinvention is your right. It's your declaration that you refuse to live on autopilot. You are not stuck. You are just in transition. And on the other side of fear is a version of you that's freer, wiser, and more alive than ever before. Believe in that version, believe in reinvention, because becoming yourself is the most powerful thing you'll ever do. There's a quiet kind of strength in starting over one that often goes unnoticed. The world applauds resilience, but it doesn't always recognize the bravery it takes to admit you need a new beginning. Starting again means facing the unknown, letting go of what's familiar, and walking into a space where the outcome isn't guaranteed. That takes courage, real courage. Beginning again doesn't mean you've failed. It means you've grown. It means you've reached a point where staying the same feels more painful than changing. And even though there may be fear, uncertainty, and doubt, you still choose to take that first step. That alone is a victory. It's easier to stay in situations that no longer serve us simply because they're comfortable. But growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. It happens when you dare to choose yourself, to walk away from what's breaking you, and to rebuild something stronger. The courage to begin again is quiet and personal. It might look like applying for a job after rejection, opening your heart after heartbreak, or finding your voice after years of silence. It's not dramatic, it's deeply human. This kind of bravery isn't loud, but it's life-changing. Because with every restart, you're not going backward. You're moving forward with deeper understanding, more strength, and a clearer vision of what you want. You are not behind, you are not lost, you are simply rewriting your story, and that story deserves to be told with honesty, strength, and hope. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start again. There is no perfect time. The moment you decide that your future matters more than your fear, that's the moment everything changes. You've done hard things before, you can do this too. All it takes is the courage to begin again. So today, I'm not asking you to be fearless. I'm asking you to be brave enough to begin again. This isn't the end of your story. It's just a new chapter, reset, restart, refocus. Thank you.